Okay, so we're back now and we're testing Oblivion again. The reason why we're testing Oblivion again is because of the beta experimental features in the Nvidia app that allows you to times the frame generation up to 6. I'm going to quickly show you how to do that. So what you do, you go to your Nvidia app and then you go to settings, okay? And then you go to about, and then you click this icon here, opt-in access beta to or experimental features. Now once you've done that, it can be a bit confusing. Once you've done that, it might not work. So then when you click on drivers, you'll get a message saying, I'm not on the internet, but there'll be a message here saying that you need to update to the latest app. You click update, which should take no more than 30 seconds, depending on your specs. And then you have it. Then you go to graphics. Yep. You go down to DLS override model presets, custom. This one should be on either recommended. I use 3D app settings and now went to super resolution is on preset M. For those that don't know what preset M is just a preset that basically ties to the in-game options as performance mode. So you have the best of high frames and high resolution. So preset M, and then go in game and select performance mode on DLSS. Ray reconstructions unsupported, and then you go to fixed on frame generation mode, and then you should see 6 times. If you don't, then something hasn't gone right and you need to go over it again. But this is evident to let you know that everything is working and you have the latest DLSS 4.5 experimental features on your Nvidia app and game. Okay. All right, so we're back. Hopefully you've understood how to enable the latest DLSS 4.5 experimental features. Okay, so let's get started. You have your stats on the top left, and then you have obviously your frames, your memory usage, speed and RAM in meg, your graphic card temperature, GPU percentage usage, and your clock speeds and your voltage. Okay, so now we're going to what we have to do is obviously experiment with graphics. So my monitor, if you don't know, is the Ultra Gear GX9, which has I think a resolution of 5120 by 2160. I'm not entirely sure, but anyway, don't put if your resolution is higher than 3440 by 1440, you need to put it on borderless. I know it seems obvious to some of you, but some people are a bit ignorant out there. Okay, so uncapped frame limit. Frames you're already seeing. VRAM, we could put it on. Everything is on ultra, so that's the maximum. And then we have it on hardware ultra, which is what you need. Okay, so DLSS. Okay, deep learning super sampling technology. This is what drives the 4.5 version. We're going to keep it on, for now, preset M on the Nvidia app, which is performance mode on the DLSS in-game. So you should have enhanced resolutions or sharpness with high frame rates. Now, frame gen is on, and I can't switch to 5 times frame gen. I fixed it to 6 times. But we just want to see how well that applies to the game. Okay, so continue and we'll see how well it performs. Yeah, so those of you that are unfamiliar with Elder Scrolls, it came out 20 years ago. Was one of my favorite RPGs. My favorite Elder Scrolls in this series. Okay, so this is beyond ridiculous right now because I'm getting this is crazy. I'm getting 260 plus frames. Okay, before I was getting like over 100, I think, and that wasn't. I mean, it looks the same. You know, it's butter smooth. I mean, if you look at the bricks, for example, preset M really does help. I mean, you got super fast frames and you've got very sharp images. Now I'm gonna change it to daytime just to give a better aspect of the game so you can see. But already I'm very impressed. I can't see my power supply, but as I've tested on another rig, the latest Nvidia drivers from DLSS 4.5 reduce wattage. It was reduced, the watt usage of the power supply was reduced between 1 and 200, which is a big difference. Okay, so 250 frames. Okay, that's very impressive. Very impressive. Okay, we're getting around 16 gigs, 15 plus gigs usage. GPU is around 70 because I don't have a water-cooled GPU. I have a fan-cooled. Not as high as I thought. The GPU usage is 94%, 95.
Got some nimble fingers.
Let me just see. Yeah, it really looks good, guys. It really does. You know, I can't see much difference from frame gen 4 to frame gen 6, apart from it being much faster.
Goodbye.
I mean, when I'm using it with the mouse, you know, the G-Sync is on, and it feels, you know, very smooth. You know, every time I go in this scene, I check the cobblestones, and it looks the same. It does. Let me just go. Yeah, I can't really tell much difference, to be honest. So they've done Nvidia done a fantastic job right now. You know, it really good.
Is there a problem?
Yeah, I can't tell much difference. All right, so let me put it on. Frame gen is on. Let me put it on so that the resolution of my monitor. Let me just get my mathematical brain out. Let me remember. Okay, so the Ultra Gear GX9, if I can remember, resolution is 5120 by 2160. So I was right before. So 5120 by 2160, maybe 15 or 20% more pixels than 4K. So you guys out there, I can't really change the resolution, but you guys out there would be using 4K most of the time. So in aspect, you should be looking at around 300 frames. So you got 300 frames in a very demanding game, and that is all done with DLSS 4.5. So I'm very impressed. Okay, like I said, we want to change. So all right, we'll keep it on. No, we won't turn it off yet. DLSS. Let's put it on DLAA. Frame gen is on DLAA. Let's see what we get. Okay, that's still impressed. I'm very impressed. DLLA, we're getting around just under 200 frames. It is a big difference. It's a lot sharper, but it's not.
Look at the muscle. Yes.
Yeah, it's really good. I think I'm gonna keep it on DLA. You know, it's a lot sharper. and you're only getting around 50 frames less. So I'm quite surprised actually.
On duty.
I was expecting DLA to be hovering around 150 frames, but here we are around 200.
Good morning.
Where's the water section? 1 second. I mean, still today, this is the best looking game out there. Most probably. I've seen some other games coming out that might beat it, but for now, I think, in my opinion, this has the crown of being the most graphically intensive game out there. Where's the water? Yeah, here, the water. Let me see. Yeah, it looks really good. 190 frames. Yeah, it looks really good. Okay, now let's turn everything off. So we haven't got any DLS magic. And you'll see how demanding this game actually is. Look at that. Look at the difference. Look. I've got a 5090.
Yes.
Yeah. And we're getting 40 frames, 45 frames. So this is how technically, if we didn't have all that software magic, this is technically what the graphic card would perform like. Because for many years, when you had a PC back in the day, we didn't have all this deep learning super sampling magic. So we just had raw hardware to compute into performance. And 40 frames, you can really see the like. To be honest, I don't see much difference.
How are you?
It's scary how well DLSS helps. I wasn't actually expecting 40 frames. I was expecting 60, but this is because of the resolution, I assume. Anti-aliasing is maxed out. That might be affecting it. Put boost mode on. 40 years. Okay, then we'll switch it back to DLSS, and preset M is performance, but I just want to see what ultra performance does. So ultra performance is giving you 300, but you don't get the sharpness of performance mode. Let's just quickly go.
If there is anything I can do.
Performance mode. Are we there? Yeah. But I think the sweet spot is definitely DLAA.
I am humbly
100%.
You've done well for yourself.
With 6 times, DLAA is hitting 200. Now, respectfully, it won't apply to you if you have a different process, because the processor I have works this cache magic, which boosts frames around 20 to 30. Okay, so from what I was experimenting with before, because I can't choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frame gen, it looks the same and it's a lot faster. DLAA is definitely the sweet spot. You know, it looks sharp. I mean, look at the detail on the skin and on the armor. This is definitely one of the most demanding games out there. And if you are a PC enthusiast like myself, you have to have something like this to play with. Okay, so I'm going to go out in the open world and watch the frames plummet. Let's go to Roxy and let's have a look. Keep an eye on the memory. It's using 17 gigs now, so it will fluctuate. Clock speeds go up a bit. Come on. Okay. Alright, so out in the world, DLA is on. One thing I noticed is the mouse lag is a lot stronger with DLAA. It's a lot stronger for some reason. If I can just click on performance mode. Where are we? Performance. It's there's no mouse lag with DLA. It could it could affect you, and it is a game changer when you have the mouse was lagging a lot with DLA, but we primarily want graphics, so good graphics. So we're gonna keep it on DLA, and still allows mag. It's like the mouse is drunk or something. Okay, so it looks sharp. It looks very sharp on this monitor. It looks the best. This monitor looks really good. Okay, so we're out in the world, and we're getting 140 to 50 frames. That's very impressive, because when I was using FrameGen 4, I was getting around 70 or 80. I can't remember. So this is doubling that. With with a very high refresh rate and everything maxed out, this looks absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, really impressed. I'm so glad that they've increased the frame generation. The next DLSS model might have 8 frame gen, which probably would give you 230, maybe 200. Everything looks sharp. I mean, I can't believe how well it looks. Let's see this. Yeah. If you look at the chainmail, it looks I mean, even without DLSS on, and just look, I'm gonna take everything off and see. I mean, we're going in the back in the old days when we didn't have anything, just raw hardware, and see what a big difference there is. Okay, so we're hovering over 37 frames. This is like, and let me see the difference. I don't see much difference, to be honest. There's not much difference. No. I mean, the only difference that's staggering is the frames. 30 times. We're getting 3.5 times more. No, hold on. 69. Yeah, we're getting like 5 times more frames. So, very impressed. Bit stunned why the frames were so low. I mean, it could be my system or setup. But anyway, there is a big difference, vast difference with upscaling. Still laggy. The DLA is like, it's not really that bad, to be honest, but it is noticeable. Okay, so I mean, the draw distance, I remember when I had played this in the old days, the draw distance was not as profound as this. Okay, so I think this is probably one of the most demanding scenes. And yet you're getting nearly 200-ish, less than 200, but not far off. So it is very impressive. I will be testing other games with 6 times frame gen. Maybe I'll be testing James Bond game. You can let me know what games you want to see. because I'm here for you guys and, you know, showing you off the latest tech. Alright, so the water itself looks really good. Really, really good. And it will only look better with the neural rendering when that comes out. But for now, this is good enough. Yeah. Let's see where else. Imperial Arena. Let's have a look. This, oh no. Enemies nearby. Let's see. dlss. Okay, so we're gonna turn frame gen off, okay, but we're gonna keep this on. So with frame gen on in this scene, we're getting around 170 frames. So we're gonna turn it off and see just DLA alone how it performs. Okay, so I'm getting the same amount of frames almost with DLSS off entirely. I'll show you again. DLSS off entirely, and we're getting 40-ish frames. So DLAA is the same-ish as no upscaling at all. That okay, but what's stunning is you put DLA on with frame gen, which is super sharp, and you're getting, again, I'll show you, 170 frames, or look, even more than like 200 frames. That is bonkers, okay? And people are arguing, oh, I don't want fake frames or anything. You saw for yourself. I'm not sure if it's entirely true, but you're getting a lot less frames without upscaling. Yeah. So we're using technology is always advancing, whether it's software or hardware, whatever it is. And to see this is quite remarkable. You know, hardware alone doesn't really drive things without software. Okay, that's it, guys. I showed you everything you needed to see. I couldn't reduce the resolution, but in retrospect, 4K would have given you around 300-ish frames, relatively speaking. All right, so that's it for now. Stay tuned to the channel. Please like and subscribe. It really helped me a ton. And let me know what you guys want to see, because I make videos for you guys. I'll try and benchmark the latest games, talk about them as well. Obviously keep an eye on the statistics. I don't have to say everything every 2 seconds. You got your voltages, your wattage usage, your clock speeds, your temperatures, your frames, your latency. Keep an eye on that, because that will help you understand how games are being utilized. That's it for now. If you enjoyed what you saw, like I said, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.